I hope that I'm changing the world just a little bit with each and every film that I make. Yeah, I'm a writer-director, and everything that I write about is based on first and second-hand experiences, and then I add some fictional elements to it. I realized, it's a better way of putting it, some films ago, that I should not say what is what, because there are other people involved always, and sometimes they see themselves in a different way than I see them, or our stories together in a different way than I do, or maybe they have not dealt with some of the issues that we are addressing in our films. So yeah, I'm not going to say more than that. So yeah, it's important for me to self-reflect. Yeah, so each and every film is a personal journey for me, and so far I think I've always ended up being a little bit wiser than I was before taking on the trip. I wanted to capture this state of sorrow when the sorrow hits you. And there has been great films, great literature, and all kinds of everything about sorrow being made. But those stories normally take part over a longer period of time, and many films have done it so well, so beautifully. My story hadn't been told, and yeah, I thought it was challenging to deal with a time frame that you shouldn't expect one of the fundamentals of storytelling. A big transition and a big development of the main problem, like just how the Greeks have put up how to tell a story many years ago, hundreds of years ago. But yeah, try to capture this emotion, especially if you are at that age. We all, unless we are the ones that go too early. If we are fortunate to be not one of those few, then we will experience this many times in our life. And the first time, maybe when we are really young, and it's a difference between losing somebody that is an old age or somebody that is the same age as you, somebody that is going too early and sudden. And being when you're around this age of 22, you're just unstoppable. Sky is the limit, the horizon is endless, and you just run through walls. And then all of a sudden, you hit the first wall. Life will come to an end, or it's a revelation to be hit by that wall, and there's enormous beauty that comes with it as well. So yeah, we wanted to capture this beauty as well, and try to capture these different facades of the same thing, because things that can make us extremely sad and feel really bad, on the same day we get a hysterical laughing attack and we see enormous beauty around us in the same happening that gave us the opposite emotion. So you cannot expect a big development on that day, and therefore we were limiting it within that time as well to try to capture this, to be all of a sudden in mid-air. Everybody that I have asked the first day that they lost someone that they loved and was going too early, that didn't you laugh that day? Didn't you cry as well? And maybe you got angry as well, and just all these mixed of emotions and guilt. Should I be laughing now because I should be sad, or somebody next to you and I knew this person better, or oh, I shouldn't take too much space. There's hierarchy within grief as well. Somebody is more related to that person than I, or am I allowed to be as sad as I am? we are just sad over something, and we have our emotions, even though somebody is more blood related or something. It's just, yeah, it's so many taboos around such an ordinary thing as somebody passing away. I think all stories are universal, or should be universal, because there are more things that unite us in this world than divides us. Strangely, we tend to focus on the things that divide us, that we call our gods different names and we pray in different ways or something, but if you believe at all. But yeah, just there's nothing in the holy books, none of them, that women should be mistreated or anything. It's just, we're all in the same pot. That's a reason why films, yeah, and that's the beauty of film festivals as well. You go into a theater, I try not to read anything about films beforehand, and all of a sudden I'm in Somalia, and somebody's getting their heart broken for the first time. I relate to that. I got my heart broken more than once. Everybody love, everybody die in the end. Everybody have a relationship to other people, and yeah, we just have, we have these co-human elements, and that's what films are dealing with, transmitting emotions. This film is taking place in contemporary Iceland, and to that extent it will be outdated at some point, that architecture will change, and the bar that they have already made a change there. So it's we were capturing the last month of that bar looking like that, so it's already outdated. How this generation is looking at and defining genders in a completely different way than when I was growing up. Then it was tough coming out as a lesbian or gay, but that's piece of cake today. There are other issues today, and I'm hoping in 20 years that people can be defined in the way that they want to be defined, and that will be outdated. But that is what this generation is a lot talking about, especially within the creative sectors. It's less in the suburbia than in the creative sectors, but it's not going to be an issue if we continue to develop as mankind. This is not going to be an issue, so that's going to be outdated. But so yeah, I'm hopeful. I'm really hopeful for this generation that is taking the torch, because they think differently. They are just nicer people than me. I can't be anybody else than who I am. When I started making short films when I was 16, and I'm 47 today, believe it or not. When I started making films, I wanted to change the world with my films. My first short films and the first that I was doing with my friends, they were like, what to say, small political Molotov cocktails that should just break the system and just prove all the capitalists of this world and everybody that our way of thinking would be the right thing. And people with our political beliefs agreed with us, but we didn't change anything, sadly enough. But then it was a strange thing. And I was doing all kinds of different formats. First time that I was being personal, making a film about my grandmother and the area that she was living in. Yeah, that was the inspiration when I was writing it, even though the main character ended up being an old man, which is another thing. But each and every screening of that film, people were coming over to me, and there was at least once, maybe more people thanking for the film and saying, I'm going to call my father now. I'm going to visit my grandmother. And actually, some film that we had made was changing the world a little bit by just addressing those co-human elements, by self-reflecting that an old person that was maybe lonely getting a visit. I hope that I'm changing the world just a little bit with each and every film that I make, but not in the way that I wanted to, because wherever we stand in politics, and whatever view on different topics we can have, most of us have the dignity of realizing that we should treat the elderly well and we should not molest children and so on. Yeah, I always come with one sentence too much, but basically thanks for all the help in my career. It has, yeah, I'm coming with sentences. It has been a really vital part in my development to have accessibility to finance and build up awareness of my projects. I have partners that I have found here at the festival. I had one project that went through the co-production village, then to the work in progress, and then it ended up screening here. I have partners and I know a lot of people because of this quite unique. I'm not saying it because I'm being interviewed by you. It's such a unique, small thing that you actually meet people. It's not this, and it's quite important business-wise as well, but the uniqueness is just this close encounters, and that you're actually with people and you're talking about cinema. And you meet every day. And having a functioning business and screening things together, it makes it quite a unique place. I don't ski. It's my 5th time here, I think, or something. And I don't know how to ski, and I'm not going to start skiing, and I love coming here. And so I'm not here because of the skiing. I'm here to meet the people. And yeah, I've been making films for a long time now, and it's such a nice place as well to meet friends and people that you know, that you met throughout the years, and because you actually meet people and people have time to talk. But we do business here as well. So that's a really nice mixture that you guys have put up here. So yeah, merci beaucoup.
Thanks so much.